Have you ever noticed how sometimes the people you care about the most are the ones who suddenly pull away from you? They stop responding. They don't call you back. They act like they don't care. They pretend they don't see your messages. And in that moment, your heart whispers, "Why? What did I do? What changed?" But here's the truth most people never realize. When someone ignores you, they aren't always ignoring you. Sometimes they are fighting a war inside their own mind, and you become the quiet battlefield they stand on. And the real game, the true turning point, never begins when they ignore you. It begins the exact moment you become calm, silent, and unbothered. Today, I want you to hear this message with your heart because it might just change the way you look at people, relationships, and even your own worth forever. Many people think ignoring someone means, "I don't care. I'm done. You don't matter." But that is rarely the real story. Sometimes the person who pulls away from you is the one who thinks about you the most. They stare at your messages. They remember your voice. They think about what to say, but they don't know how to say it. Their silence isn't always coldness. Sometimes it's fear. Fear of losing you. Fear of being vulnerable. Fear of showing how deeply they actually care. And instead of being honest, they hide behind distance because distance feels safer than emotions. When someone ignores you, it's not always intentional. Sometimes they feel overwhelmed. Sometimes your presence is too intense. Sometimes they think, what if I'm not good enough for them? What if they don't feel the same? What if I get hurt again? People run from what they want when their heart is tired and their past is still bleeding. So they hide. They disconnect. They pretend to be strong when they're actually breaking inside. Here's the surprising part. The real game doesn't start when they ignore you. It begins when you stop reacting to their silence at all. When you stop asking, "Why aren't you talking to me? Are you upset? Did I do something wrong?" Instead, you simply breathe, straighten your shoulders, and walk forward with calm confidence. No drama, no begging, no chasing, no forcing, just peace. That moment is when everything shifts. When you become silent, they suddenly hear their own thoughts louder. Why didn't they ask for me today? Why aren't they texting me anymore? Why do I feel like I'm losing them? Why am I waiting for their message now? Your peace becomes their confusion. Your distance becomes their fear. Your silence becomes their loudest lesson. Because people never realize your value until your presence becomes a memory. Let me tell you something backed by deep human psychology. When someone ignores you and you don't chase, their brain enters a state of emotional dissonance. In simple words, they expected you to react, but you didn't. They expected you to get hurt, but you stayed calm. They expected you to fall apart, but you stood tall. This breaks their expectations. And when expectations break, emotions wake up. Now they start thinking, maybe I misjudged them. Maybe they don't need me. Maybe I'm losing someone who actually cared. And slowly, that same person who ignored you starts checking your profile, opening your chat, watching your stories, and replaying your last message. Because silence is not empty. Silence is full of answers. There comes a moment, and it happens to almost everyone, when the person who ignored you suddenly feels a sting inside their chest. It happens quietly, maybe late at night. Maybe when they see something that reminds you of you. Maybe when someone else starts giving you attention. Maybe when they realize how unusually peaceful you have become. And that's when the panic begins. Did they move on? Are they forgetting me? Did my silence push them away for real? They start typing a message, then deleting it. Opening your old photos, then closing them. Trying to convince themselves that they don't care, while caring too much. And eventually, the same person who once avoided you is the first one who tries to talk again. Not because they suddenly became brave, not because they changed overnight, but because they felt something powerful. They didn't lose you. They lost the version of you who cared too much, who waited too long, who tolerated too many excuses. And now they miss that version. They miss the energy you gave them. They miss the comfort they felt around you. They miss your presence, the one thing they took for granted. This is when they return, every time. The one who ignored you never expected you to stay strong. They never expected you to stay calm. They never expected you to stop giving them emotional power. And when you did, it shook them. Because people don't value attention, they value losing attention. People don't value you when you're available. They value you when you're rare. And you became rare the moment you chose yourself. Don't chase. Don't beg. Don't explain yourself. Just step back and let them feel the weight of their own silence. Work on you. Heal your heart. Focus on your growth. Show the universe that your world doesn't collapse because someone chose distance. The right people won't ignore you, and the wrong people don't deserve access to you. You are not someone who begs for love. You are someone who attracts love by being whole. So remember this. If someone ignores you, don't break. Don't lose sleep. Don't question your worth. Because most of the time, they're not ignoring you. They're struggling with their own emotions. But the moment you choose silence over reaction, self-respect over chasing, and peace over drama, you win the game every single time. And the person who once ignored you will be the first one to realize what they lost. And now, tell me in the comments, if someone ignores you, what do you do? Let me in the comment. And if you don't subscribe yet, please subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching.